Something huge is brewing as an upcoming star has flourished since coming off the IL, with providing the impact the Yankees offense needs to get going in the month of July. We'll break down the implications of the stretch and how there's more pressure on Brian Cashman to shore up some positions with the trade deadline season fast approaching. What's going on, guys? Alex Brooks back at it again with another episode on Yankees Digest, bringing you guys all the content you need revolving the Bronx Bombers. And if you guys want to stay up to date on Yankees content every day of the week, especially for that 74% who are not subscribed, what are you guys doing? You better hit that subscribe button and comment down below to take part in the conversation on all things Yankees. Chris and I are cooking up some great content as we head into the month of July. So better hit that subscribe button as we are almost to 7,500 subscribers and we really appreciate the support. So let's get right into this video as Jazz Chisholm Jr. has been on an absolute heater since he came off the IL on June 3rd. When you look at the stats, he has a 328 average, 6 home runs, well, now 7 home runs after he hit a home run against the Blue Jays in the 5-4 defeat just today. And he has 4 doubles, a triple, and 9 walks as well as 4 stolen bases. Jazz Chisholm has been an absolute beast, and something that I really think that he's been doing well so far is the mindset. I really feel that he's playing at that 70% that he preaches. He wants to be more free flowing, not just on offense but on defense. He wants to provide his impact in the locker room. I just feel like he's more willing to reach out to players, speak highly of players, and it's been a very good impact for these Yankees, not only just off the field but on the field with his production so far. And when we look at these stats, he has a 257 average as he was entering the 100th game as a Yankee, 24 home runs, 58 RBIs, and 28 stolen bases. His 4.2 F WAR is 10th in the AL since becoming a Yankee. So Brian Cashman, I'll tip the cap to you by getting Jazz Chisholm, someone who, when he got traded over here, he was looking to be like a fan favorite. He started off very hot for the Yankees, really excelling in that Philly series last year, and then really helping the Yankees get into the World Series, just providing that flexibility in the infield, and someone who has now just been an everyday starter, and he's on the rise. I feel he's on the rise. He batted 4th in the lineup, cleanup in the lineup, because he's just been on an absolute tear so far, and I feel like it's really not going to be stopping for Jazz Chisholm. He's going to ride this wave all the way into the month of July as we get really into the trade deadline season. And when we talk about his stats so far this season, it doesn't look as great as his stats from coming off the IL, but that was just because he was injured for a little while. He has 13 home runs, 35 RBIs, 10 stolen bases, and 242 batting average, but that doesn't tell the story of what he's been able to accomplish so far on this tear since June 3rd. I mean, he is seeing the ball really well, and he's either just making the impact on the Bates pass, or he's able to either knock it out of the park or really just attack the Yankees' Achilles heel as they've struggled with runners in scoring position. But it feels like when Jazz Chisholm comes up, he comes up with that clutch hit that the Yankees need to in order to break the game open, as they did with the Athletics on Sunday. And Jazz has just been that flexible guy that you can put in at second base, you can put in at third base, manning all the corners of the infield, and it really just seems like this is going to have a big impact on the Yankees moving forward, not just with the offense, but in the front office. When we're talking about Brian Cashman there, Brian Cashman has a decision to make now. Like, where do you go from here when you're talking about Brian Cashman and the trade deadline? Jazz Chisholm has now been kind of solidifying his spot in the infield, and something that I've kind of seen throughout the rumors is the Yankees are looking for a third baseman. They're looking for someone to man the hot corner because they feel more comfortable with Jazz at second base, as he's had a little bit of trouble at third base in the infield, making a little bit of some errors, but just to be expected because his natural position is at second base. So, what does Brian Cashman do moving forward? Well, the one thing is, I think that they get a surefire third baseman to man that corner, and one of the reasons why I feel like this was going to happen is that when you talk about Oswald Peraza and his uh, him not really having an impact so far this season, he has a 157 batting average, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs, and he really hasn't had so much of a fair shake. I mean, this is his first season that's really he's had 121 at bats, but he's just not making the impact the Yankees need at the second base to keep him in the lineup consistently. Just kind of someone who's a platoon guy, plays third base, shortstop, and second base. So kind of a platoon guy the Yankees can put in to try to get some sort of spark if someone is struggling. But him not really having the batting average there and getting on base, it's really affecting the Yankees at the bottom of the lineup, and really becomes a hole at the bottom of the lineup when you talk about this Yankees team. And then another guy who is coming up now for the Yankees after really struggling throughout last season when he was put on the IL, and then the beginning of this season is DJ LeMahieu. He has a 248 batting average, 2 home runs, and 11 RBIs. I still think that DJ LeMahieu has something left in the tank. I still think that he can get on base consistently and do those clutch hits, but I don't think he can do it at a longevity wise, at a consistent rate, longevity wise throughout the season. I think there's just going to be little spurts of DJ LeMahieu moving forward. And I really think that the Yankees are going to have to address this hot corner and this infield when it comes to this trade deadline. And one of the things that I've seen, just the rumors, is the Yankees and Cardinals have been rumored to get a package going. And I think one of the packages that really caught my eye is this one, as Zach Kaplan of Athlon Sports recently predicted the Cardinals would send Nolan Arenado and Ryan Helley to the Bronx in a trade for Jason Dominguez, Oswaldo Cabrera, Elmer Rodriguez Cruz, and $37 million in cash considerations for Arenado's contract. That was Zach Presnell on St. Louis Cardinals Sports Illustrated. And, when we talk about the impact that Nolan Arenado can have on this Yankees team, I mean, he has that connection with Paul Goldschmidt, and I think that's very underrated. When you go into a new team, when you get traded during the trade deadline, I feel like you want to have like someone that you're very comfortable with. And I feel like Nolan Arenado can have Paul Goldschmidt. He's going to be playing on the same infield as him if he does get traded to the Yankees. And I feel like it can definitely provide another right-handed bat for this Yankees team, a more consistent batter at the plate, and also someone who's a surefire third baseman manning the hot corner. You really don't have to worry about him defensively. He's a 10-time Gold Glover. I mean, the stats really speak for themselves. He's a 8-time All-Star, 5-time Silver Slugger, someone who is just going to have that impact with the bat and the glove. The only thing is that he has a no trade clause, so that's definitely interesting when dealing with some deals. But, confident in Brian Cashman. If he wants to get an Arenado, I feel like it's just going to be the perfect move for the Yankees to make. And, the other guy that really jumped out to me was Ryan Helley. He was a former Hoffman Reliever of the Year award. I mean, so far this season, he's a 3-0 with a 3.41 ERA with 16 saves. So someone who can pair with Devin Williams and Luke Weaver, just can make that impact for the Yankees at the back end of the bullpen. As I mentioned in yesterday's episode, getting that bullpen piece that can remind you of Chapman, Betances, and Miller. I feel like when you go into the playoffs and you go down to the stretch where you need these games to win the division, I feel like having a three-headed monster is crucial for this Yankees team to stand out above all the other contenders in the American League. You got the Tigers, you got the Astros, you got the Mariners, you got all these teams who are going to be eyeing for the Yankee spot because the Yankees won the pennant last year. So having a guy like Helsley definitely could be something that really makes sense for the Yankees moving forward. And when I think that what this deal could make for the Yankees, I think it's going to be interesting when we talk about how the impact for this trade can really come about. I think that Jason Dominguez is not going to be on the table for the year for the St. Louis Cardinals. Excuse me. Um, I do think that the Yankees are going to have to go with another piece with their top prospects. Um, Not really think it's going to be Lombard or Spencer Jones. I think they're going to go one of those uh, top pitchers that they drafted, Hess or Cunningham. I think they'll have to throw some guy in there to get Arenado and Helsley. But I'll just read or give it out to you. What do you guys think that the Yankees should do at that deadline? Do you think Arenado and Helsley make sense? Do you think it's a little bit too steep for the Yankees to get both of them? Do you want one? Do you want other? So just comment down below. What do you guys think regarding these two players? I really feel like Arenado makes the perfect sense. It's just the no trade clause can get a little tricky when making those deals. But yeah, that's another edition of Yankees Digest. Appreciate all the support, and let's go Yankees.